Welcome to Study Loop.
So let's start by making a free body diagram. So in the free body diagram, here's our box. There's a weight. Since the mass is 16 kilograms, therefore the weight would be 16 times 9.8, which is equal to 156.8 newtons. Then we are told that there is a frictional force which is opposing the motion of this object. So we have a frictional force of 48 newtons. And then there's a force being applied by the person, which we do not know the magnitude for, but we do know that it acts at an angle of 29 degrees below the horizontal. So that's the free body diagram. Now let's dig into part A. Now since the velocity is constant, so that's an important thing to note in this question. Velocity is constant. What that implies then is that all these forces balance each other. So summation of forces is zero, which then also means that the summation of forces along the x-axis is also zero. Now along the x-axis we have F cosine of 29 degrees. And then we also have the frictional force 48 newtons, and the sum of those two should be zero. And when I solve this equation for F, I get F is equal to 54.9 newtons. Now in part B, it says that you have to find the work done by the pushing force, the frictional force, and the gravitational force. So let's take a look at the work done by the force F. So the force F, we just figured out the magnitude, and the magnitude is equal to 54.9, and the displacement over which that force acts is 22 meters, and the angle between the force and the displacement is 29 degrees. So we can now find the work done by that force, and that is equal to 1056 joule. Now part C says find the work done by the force of friction. Now since the force of friction is opposite in direction to the displacement, therefore the work done would be negative. So we'll say negative 48 times 22, and that comes out to be equal to 1056 joules, but that would be negative joules. And part D says what is the work done by the force of gravity. Since the angle between the force of gravity and displacement is 90 degrees, therefore the work done by the gravitational force is equal to 0 joule.